Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. I know. We don't have to talk about it. We really don't. It's been a minute, probably more than a minute. Definitely have not uploaded anything since 2022. I don't know what month, doesn't matter. But here we are, 2023. When I upload this, it will be February 1st. January was a trial month of 2023, so this is me starting my new year fresh. And actually, I've been doing really well with my goals and things like that I have set for myself for this year. But honestly, I've just really missed talking to you guys. And every time something happens, and it doesn't even matter where it happens, on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, online, real life, I always feel like I have a lot to say, but I can never get those feelings and those words out. And then by the time I tweet about it or whatever, it's like it's over with. It's done. It's over with. So here I am, just talking. And I used to do these car vlogs for a while, for a couple months, and I just stopped doing them. And I want to get back into doing them again because I find myself thinking of video ideas in my head while I'm on my way home, and I'm like, I could be talking about this while I'm driving. First, let's talk about me me and my year and my life and so on and so forth. So I currently am over 17 months sober. If you guys have been following me on my journey, you guys know, I started going to AA meetings, and now I'm just living the sober life. I'm not really in a program per se, but I am very, I'm very cognizant, is that a word, of my sobriety, and I still just take it one day at a time. I had posted something on my Twitter about how I went to a brunch with my cousins, and I ordered a mocktail. Now, it was a mocktail off of their mocktail menu, and it was lavender lemonade or something like that, and it was just lavender, just lemonade. And it was delicious. It was great. And it came in a cup that was different than the cups that actually serve cocktails, because my cousin got the exact same drink, but hers had alcohol in it, and hers was in a different glass. And I know a lot of restaurants do things like that, so they know, hey, do not serve this to a child, or do not serve this to somebody who's pregnant, or do not serve this to somebody who did not ask for an alcoholic beverage. And so I ordered the same thing. I got another one, and I stirred it, and I took a sip, and immediately my throat started burning, and I was like, yeah, no, this is And so I slid it away, and I asked my cousin, I was like, can you please just taste this? And she tasted it, and she goes, oh yeah, that's vodka. And I'm like, so immediately, in my head, I was just like, wow, I just lost 520 days of sobriety, or however long it had been. And I just sat there in silence, because I think if I would have reacted at that time, I don't think anything would have been solved or handled in the way that it ended up being handled. So I didn't say anything, because when I get upset, I cry. And if I would have started talking, I would have just cried. And so my cousin was the one who told the bartender, the waitress, was like, hey, this was made with alcohol, blah, blah, blah. So then the lady comes back, and she goes, okay, here's one. I made it myself. There's no alcohol in it. Now, mind you, it was in that same cup that was the alcohol-free cup. And so I drink it, fine, no worries. We got our food, we get the check. When we get the check, 2 of my drinks were on the check. Now here's the thing, like, they made a mistake, which is fine, and I'm okay with it, but at the least, could you just not make me pay for that drink? And so I told our waitress, and I told her, I said, hey, you know, I ordered a drink and it had alcohol in it, and I don't think that I should have to pay for, you know, for that drink. So then the manager came over, they took it off the check, and then the manager came over and he was asking, and, you know, I told him, I said, yeah, there's alcohol. There was alcohol in my drink, and I'm almost a year and a half sober, and his face just like dropped, and he was just like, oh my gosh, like, that's not okay, blah blah. And you know, like, I didn't go off, I didn't scream, I didn't yell, because I had time to, like, you know, process my feelings and my thoughts. And so he apologized. You know, the drink was already taken off, so that was fine. Then he ended up giving me a $50 gift card, and I'm just like, that's great. But at the same time, it's like I had posted this in a couple of my sober groups, and people are like, well, maybe you should have had somebody drink it for you before, you know. And it's like, no, like, that's not the point. I shouldn't have to be careful because, you know, because I don't, and it doesn't matter why I don't drink, but what if they serve that to a minor and it had alcohol in it? What if they serve that to somebody who's pregnant and it had alcohol? You know, like, there are other reasons. We don't go around just testing everything just in case, you know what I mean? And so, but after I sat and I thought about it, my intention was never to drink. I easily could have continued to drink that drink, which, again, that was something that processed in my head. Like, I had all these feelings and thoughts that happened so fast. And so I could have kept drinking the drink. Nobody would have known because it was in a mocktail cup. And, you know, like, I didn't make a scene. So I don't know. I think I handled it very well, but it's just one of those things where it's like, damn, like, that really just happened. Like, I have not tasted alcohol in how long? And then I'm thinking, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to get drunk? Am I drunk? Like, is my head spinning? Like, I know it was just a sip, but it's the alcoholic brain. I don't know. So I am still sober. Today is like 536 or 7 or something like that. So that's me. And I'm back to judging cheerleading competitions. We are back in, we've been in person for like the past year or so, 2 years. But the reason why I wasn't judging, or I didn't think I was going to be judging a lot, was because I started a new job. And, you know, like, when I start a new job, I can't be like, hey, by the way, I need these weekends off because, you know, I have other obligations. But when I started the job, I had one position, and now I have a better position, which allows me more flexibility. And as long as I get my shift covered, because I dispatch, that's what I do. And so if I get my shift covered, then I can take the days off to go and judge. And I love to judge. I love to travel. It's, you know, it's great. And I just found out that I will be going to Atlanta in a couple weeks. So that's fun. That's exciting. What else? I think that's really it. I've been doing a lot of self-care. I get my nails done and my lashes done twice a month. I'm actually on my way to go get my nails done now. Like, right now they're Pride themed because I went to an event in Vegas, and it was a Pride event, so why not? And I don't know if you can tell, like, first of all, this nail is like chipped, gross. But these 3 fingers, it's pink, purple, and blue, and they represent, you know, the bisexual flag, so represent. What else? So everything's good. Excuse me. We finally got Miles a cellular device. He got one for Christmas, and it gives him a little bit more freedom, a little bit more independence. think that's it as far as my life goes. I have been thinking what I want to do with this channel. If I want to do lifestyle or, you know, just commentary, just chit chats, vlogs like this. Because for me, it's hard to keep a specific niche because the way that my ADHD brain works, I get hyper focused on one thing, I put my all into it, and then I'm like, okay, it's kind of like a fad. Like when it's over, like I'm over it completely. So I don't know, there's that. But commentary, social commentary, things like that is something I will always do. But I don't know if I can find something to talk about every single day. I don't know. So now let's get on to the good stuff. So, drama. So you guys know, everybody already knows, like, this whole mascaragate, Michaela Noguera, you know, Jeffree Star situation. And if you don't know, here's a little shortened version of what it is. Long story short. So Michaela, who is a very influential influencer, makeup influencer on TikTok, she posted a video using a mascara. And the mascara, like, it was cute. It separated, you know, it lifted and separated, you know, something that I need these girls to do. I need them to be lifted. Maybe not so much separated. But anyways, that's the point. So the mascara was cute. And then there was like a jump cut, and she's like, look, like, this mascara is amazing. And she was obviously wearing falsies. Like, it was blatantly obvious. And it was one of those things where it's like, she didn't need to put on falsies to show how good the mascara was, because the mascara was good on its own. As a makeup wearer, we know there is no mascara out there that's going to make it look like you are wearing falsies. Like, there's just not. So then of course people started calling her out, and in her comments, you know, she was telling a couple people, like, yeah, no, there's no falsies, like, it's just that good. And we know she's lying, allegedly, and she's actually been radio silent since then. So for whatever reason, I don't know, but Jeffree Star himself, you guys, it's been silent in the beauty community. And this is what I'm talking about when I said, and I've said over and over and time again, that Jeffree Star is a C word. He's a cancer to the community. And it happens everywhere he goes. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Because it's like, common denominator is always him. It's always him. Nobody is that unlucky and lucky at the same time. Like, they're just not. So anyways, he took it upon himself to use this as a way to reinvent himself, or be like, oh, like, Michaela's lying, so it's time for me to talk about makeup. And I just don't understand why people go so hard for his makeup reviews, as if nobody else in the world can give a makeup review like he does. It's not like he doesn't add anything to a makeup review that any regular normal person can do. It's just his status. And I know a lot of people say, well, it's because he doesn't get paid, which, I mean, the companies don't pay him, but he gets paid by reviewing these, you know, like, he gets paid on TikTok, he got paid on YouTube, he gets paid for his videos. So yeah, he does get paid to talk about the products, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. So he is getting paid by y'all. And like, what's not clicking? That's what I don't understand. And, you know, I I think his reviews are just as honest as anybody else's can be and are. And it reminded me, actually, let me stop. So anyways, that's the drama. And Jeffree Star, like came back and he did this really disgusting mean girl TikTok. And he was like, I can't stand the way, like he's almost 40. He's pushing, me and him are damn near the same age. We're pushing 40. And he's like, I'm just so glad I'm not in that community anymore. Girl, like, what? Why the dramatics? And the thing is, it was like, I'm so glad, like, I do not associate with those people anymore. You mean the nice people? You mean the people with morals? Like, this man he has not changed. Like, that is mean girl behavior to even say things like that in that tone. And I know a lot of you guys are like, yes, go off, sis, preach, nah, nah, nah. But like, if a black girl came on camera and did that, why does she have such a nasty attitude? Like, I can't. Like, I've been called mad. Why are you so mad? I'm not mad. Like, it's fine. Like, it's irritating, but whatever. So anyway, what Michaela should have done, well, first of all, she shouldn't have worn the falsies, but it reminded me of this episode of iCarly. Do you guys remember? Now, not the new one, but like the old iCarly. Do you guys remember when they, like Carly, Sam, and Freddie, they signed a contract with these shoes, and the contract said something along the lines of, you have to say nice things about the shoes. But the shoes were awful. And they went to whatever the name of the shoe company was, and they were like, well, we don't want to endorse these shoes because they suck. And they were like electrocuting people and, this, that, and the other. And of course, TV style, they're like, well, we'll sue you if you don't, say good things about these shoes. And so they were saying nice things about the shoes, but not what the shoes were meant to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh, do you need a toaster? Just use these shoes. And then like it electrocuted a piece of toast or something like that. But they were saying nice things about the shoes, but the shoes weren't being used in the way that they should have. And I think that's what, like, if somebody paid a lot of money or was paid a lot of money to talk about a product that they didn't necessarily believe in, they just took the money first without reviewing the product, which rule 1, always review the product before, or use the product before you sign a contract. But maybe things like that need to happen. I think I would love to see something like that happen. And I'm not saying that that's something Michaela had to do, but like, I don't know. That was kind of random and it really didn't tie in. I was trying to make it tie in, but it didn't tie in. So anyways, that's my take on all the drama. If you still think that Jeffree Star is like the queen of makeup or whatever, or if you don't think that he is not, what's the word I'm looking for? Calculated, because that man is so calculated. Like, he first, he comes back and he's like, yeah, like, bitches are lying and we have to get a real review, as if there weren't 5,000 other reviews of that mascara on TikTok. But because he's saying it, somehow it makes it relevant or better, or I don't know. Oh, excuse me. And then he used that to, like, bring up more drama. And I know I always say things like this, like, if we just don't pay him any attention, then he'll go away. And I know I'm talking about him, but I have to say these things, like, don't pay him any attention and like, he'll go away. Sorry, y'all, I live in California, these potholes. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so then he gets on Twitter and like posts a picture of him holding a hand with a man, and it was like, my hashtag NFL boo. And it's like, really? Like, he wants people to make videos about him. That's what he wants. He wants people to be like, oh my gosh, like, who's Jeffree Star seeing? Who's, you know, like, he wants to be in the middle of everything. And I find it funny because, like, he wants to be in the middle of everything. He thinks he's, like, here, but he's not. And then I don't know how I missed this back in December, where he was talking about, like, the Illuminati and how, like, they were out to get him. And it's like, babes, you're not an elite. You're not an elite. Like, who is checking for you, honestly? And the fact that he's like, you'd be sick to know what they're doing to Britney and Kanye. And it's like, and if you believe it, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, patterns. I don't understand how you guys can't see patterns. Like, that man is so calculated. And apparently, you know, people figured out who his little beau was. Colin something. Caleb. Is that necessary, sir? Can you guys feel the vibration? So anyway, that's my little update. I'm still just figuring out what I want to do with this channel, where I want to take it. So let me know what you guys think. I've missed you guys a shit ton. And I am like 1 minute away. Well, my appointment's in 1 minute, and I'm like 3 minutes away. So get my nails done, and I guess I will. Oh, last thing before I sign off, I'm starting a podcast this year. Don't ask me when, don't ask me what month, but I'm starting a podcast this year, and it is going to be a sobriety podcast, and it's going to be geared more towards Black people, because I know, and this is just based off of the 17 months that I've been sober, I know how hard it is to be the only in a space that's meant for everybody. Meaning, yeah, we're all alcoholics, but me as a Black woman are not going to have the same triggers and whatever. I'm not going to have the same triggers as like an 80-year-old white man. Like, it's not. So I think that there just needs to be a space for that, in my opinion. So yes, I am starting a podcast. So that is my life update. And until next time, tomorrow, the next day, later this week, I will see you guys later. Bye.